And what got you into like doing these endurance type events? I mean, you guys can both answer this question.
Definitely my parents. My parents were like the most influential on that. I really like basketball. Like if I were to choose a sport to play, I'd definitely like just one sport. I would definitely choose basketball. But they kind of pushed me into doing these like sports, and like a lot of people will frown upon them. Like, why are you like doing that? It's just painful. But like once you get in shape and you're like doing these things, like it starts to get like fun and it's like enjoyable.
Yeah.
The runner's high.
Yeah. What about you, Menelik?
Let me think. Well, I mean, for Spartan races, probably just my family and stuff, and then for distance running, mainly you, just because you kind of introduced me to the whole concept of running a marathon. And I remember when you asked me, I was just like, I didn't really know what it meant. I was just like, all right, yeah, I guess I'm down. If you was recommending it, I'm like, all right, sure, let's do it.
That's so bad.
I find that crazy about you, Menelik, because
Isn't it?
the one thing about running is like running isn't fun when you're not in shape, but if you're in shape, it's fun. And
Yeah.
based on what I've seen and what I've heard from you, you ran this marathon not in too well of shape, which is kind of
Yeah,
crazy. Like I would never be able to run a marathon not in shape. Like the farthest run I've ever done is like 13 miles, and that felt like eternity, even when I was in like good shape. So that's crazy.
Yeah. I for a couple of weeks I trained. I do not recommend running it without actual proper training, because I think the most I did was like maybe a 10-mile run or something.
Before the actual marathon?
Yeah, that was like the most.
Yeah.
Bro,
But it's crazy.
bro, even the day that we ran in the morning, like Ewell woke me up we woke up at like 3 a.m. or something to do our warm up run, and our warm up run was like 6 miles. I'm like, bro, what the hell? We just like ran around for 6 miles and then got back and then ate breakfast and then got ready to actually do the marathon. Bro, so I think like that day we actually ran more like 28 or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
So
But I want to get into hill work because there were a few hills on our marathon. So I was like,
It's like 3 a.m. before the race. Let me get this hill work in.
Exactly.
that killed me.
But it's crazy because I know some like people who really train for their marathons and they still like wouldn't get the time that you got for your first one, and you didn't even train, which is absolutely insane to me. Much respect to you, man. Much respect,
bro. My time was kind of ass though.
You just based on your time, what you showed me, like you could have ran like honestly like what 20 minutes, 30 minutes faster because you just went out really fast. And then
yeah, I think I really messed you up because you got cramps at like I don't remember what mile it was.
It was like halfway through, probably like 10, 11, 12.
he hit that wall.
That was it for me.
Oh, the wall's bad. The wall's not a good place to be.
I had to take the elevator in school for like that next week because I couldn't walk upstairs.
Yeah. Oh my. So did I tell you about how my mom like called your school and she wanted you to like be recognized or something?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember. I think my school like did something for me. I don't know, something probably corny. I don't remember now. But she's like so upset that like your school wouldn't like commend you for this.
Yeah,
Menelik was just low key.
You're too humble.
It's like it was so funny. I would be like limping around school and be like, "Yo, bro, you good? What happened to your leg?" I'm like, yeah. I'm kind of sore. I ran a marathon." I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh wait, what? I'm like, yeah.
No, I remember because we have Chinese first period, and I literally walk in. You're like falling over into your desk, like can barely stand up for the prayer. And I was like, "Yo, what did you do? Like you're like practicing or something? You got injured?" And he's like, nah, I ran a marathon." Like I was like, "What?"
Yeah. Crazy. I can't even. Oh my god.
Do not run a marathon without actually knowing what you're doing.
But you still did it. You still.
Have you seen the video where the dude doesn't train at all? Like no training. Like he hasn't ever ran before, and he goes and he just to run one like without any training, and he like does it without walking.
Yeah,
impressive.
It was in LA, right?
Yeah, it was insane. Like I don't know how that man did. He was like barely running at the end, and he held on.